So talking about random variables, it could take on any number of values, whatever we define it to be. However, sometimes we're interested in what's called a distribution of a random variable, meaning, remember in a distribution we're interested in two things really, is the possible values that the random variable can take on. And of course, if for any distribution, we're also interested in its probability of getting that value, their corresponding probabilities. Right? So a lot of times when we have a random variable, they might give this to us as we've seen before as a graph or some kind of density curve. But one common way that we're going to see the distribution of a random variable might be through some kind of table. So one quick example of this would be maybe a table that gives us all the possible values of x. So for example, maybe this random variable x can take on the numbers 10, 20, and 30 maybe. And then all the probabilities of each of those, well, let's see. I can maybe have something like, so I'm going to write this as probability that x takes on some value of x of 10 or x of 20 or x equals 30. And let's just say it has these probabilities, 3, or 0.3, 0.5, and 0.2. This here is a distribution of our random variable x because it has all the possible values and it has all the corresponding probabilities. So one thing that's very important to note about any distribution of probability distribution, especially for this random variable, is that the sum of all their probabilities should always equal to 1 if it's an actual distribution. So the sum of all the probabilities should equal to 1. And let's just check that really quick just to make sure. So 0.3 plus 0.5 plus 0.2, well that's 0.8 plus 0.2 is 1. Right, so this, again, is the probability distribution of this random variable.